Hello, my name is Alistair Wilson and I'm going to be the tutor for the course UV609744 on Hebrews. I'm recording this message because unfortunately I can't be with you for the class on the very first day, and I do apologise for that, but I have a prior speaking engagement in London, and so I wanted to greet you and to welcome you to the module and just to go through a number of practical issues that relate to this module so that you're clear on what is required of you. If there's anything that is not clear, then you're very welcome to contact me. You're very welcome to call me Alistair. You can call me at the college phone number, and you can reach me by email, and all these details are available on the virtual learning environment, which hopefully you have found and which you will find your way around. I want to draw your attention particularly to the details that are given in the description of the module in what is known as the CUR3 form, and hopefully you have seen this, but I just want to go through it with you very briefly so that you're absolutely clear what is required of you. The module on Hebrews is a level 9 module, that is third year of the degree. It is available in both an English track and a Greek track, and if you are doing it as an English track, then all that is required is that you have done a module from level 8. If you wish to do it in Greek, then you are required to have completed Greek Grammar 1, Greek Grammar 2 and the Greek Grammar track of Pauline Theology. So please let me know which track you intend to do, and for most of you I will already be aware, but please indicate, especially if you would like to do it in Greek, that you have the requirements in place. We will be looking at a number of issues that relate to the study of the document that we call Hebrews, and we'll also be looking at a number of texts. Those who are studying the module with the Greek track will do an extra slot of Greek reading in a separate hour, which is not required of those doing the English track. Now, there is a section on assessments in the description that's given. There are 2 assessments. Each assessment is worth 50% of the total. There is no exam. There is rather an exegesis and an essay, and I'll say something more about that just shortly. But I just want you to be aware of these. These requirements are placed on the VLE, and you will see that there is a due date given for each of these. And please note those due dates and be sure to submit the assessment by the due date. If the due date is late, then unfortunately penalties will be applied, and it is rarely worthwhile to take extra time to complete the assessment. If I just say a word or two about those assessments, we have an essay and an exegesis. Now, the essay is the first one that is due. You will find the details again on the VLE, and you will be able to download the form which gives all the information. The essay title, what is the pastoral significance of the Christology of Hebrews, both in the 1st century and in the 21st century. And further on in that form you will find suggested reading. That reading list is not determinative for you. You are free to find other reading materials, and indeed you are encouraged to look at materials, either hard copy that's available in the HTC library, or electronic copies that are available on the UHI library system, or in other places that you might have access to. So please do gather together a good bibliography and reflect on that subject, and be sure to submit it by the due date. You will see on the form that the due date for that essay is the 29th of October, and you will also see that feedback is due within 15 working days of that due date. The second assignment that is due is an exegesis, and that is a close examination of a biblical text. This is set for Hebrews chapter 1 verses 1 to 4. Those of you who are doing it in English will simply do the exegetical study. Those of you who are doing it in Greek will be required also to provide an annotated translation of the Greek text. And again, you will see that some suggestions are given for reading materials there. That assignment is required to be submitted by the 26th of November, so very late in the semester, and the feedback is due towards the middle of December. So these are the two assessments, and you should be aware of these. Please note the due dates very carefully. If you have any questions about assignments at any point, you're very welcome to be in touch with me. Please just contact me and I would be happy to talk issues through with you. You will find a schedule of the details of what we will look at in the study guide, which is available on the VLE, and so I encourage you to look at that, to be aware of the issues, and to start working through it. I also encourage you to work at reading through Hebrews as much as you possibly can, and as I have mentioned in communication with you through the VLE or through email, it is also possible to go to Bible Gateway or some other sites and listen to the biblical text being read to you, which can be a very helpful way of working through a significant piece of text. So the material that's available on the VLE will give you a lot of guidance, but you're also asked to work systematically through a commentary of your choice. Now, the main commentaries that are suggested to you are either this one, Hebrews by Luke Timothy Johnson in the New Testament Library series, and that's a very good commentary written by a moderate Roman Catholic position. Or you may choose the NIV application commentary on Hebrews by George H. Guthrie. Guthrie comes from an evangelical position and is particularly strong on the structure of Hebrews. That has been his academic focus. The third commentary that's recommended in the guidance is by Craig Kister, and it is in the Anchor Bible series. The Anchor Bible series tends to be mainstream critical positions represented, and it is a very substantial commentary. It has been very positively received. So you're welcome to choose a commentary that suits you and that you find helpful, and I just urge you to work through it, taking care to gain as much as you can from reading through that text. If you're working on the Greek text of Hebrews, I might mention to you, in addition to these other ones, the commentary by Paul Ellingworth in the New International Greek Testament Commentary series, which has been identified to me as one that pays particular attention to the Greek text, the Greek linguistic issues. So you might want to look at that. There is also a very good commentary by William Lane in the Word Biblical Commentary series. And if you chose to focus on either Lane or Ellingworth for the focus on Greek, then I would be quite content with that. One other very good commentary, which kind of covers English with a little bit of attention to the Greek, is that by David De Silva, but the particular emphasis of that is the socio-rhetorical interest that he takes in the letter or whatever the document is to the Hebrews. So that also could be a very useful tool. So if you have any questions at any point about what you should be reading, what you would like to explore in terms of literature on Hebrews, then you're very welcome to contact me. So I think that that covers the basic issues, the broad information provided in the module descriptor, the assignments which you will find identified on the VLE, the two assessments that are part of the formal assessment of the module, the essay and the exegesis, and then the various books which you will find useful. You will also, of course, find that there are many other kinds of resources available either online or in the HTC library, and I encourage you to read as widely as you possibly can. So I think that that is all that I need to address with you at the moment. Again, my apologies for not being able to be with you for the first class, but we will meet from week 2 onwards. And during week 1, I encourage you to become familiar with the material, to read through the biblical text as much as you can, and to begin to look at some of the material in the notes and in the commentaries as you are able. So I look forward to seeing you in week 2 of the semester, and I trust that we will find it a very beneficial experience to study Hebrews together. Thank you.